me down my walking cane. Hand me down my walking cane. Hand me down my walking cane. I'm gonna leave on the midnight train. All my sins are carried away. If I should die in New York State, if I should die in New York State, oh, if I should die in New York State, send my body back home by freight. All my sins are carried away. They hand me down my walking cane. Hand me down my walking cane. Oh, hand me down my walking cane. I'm gonna leave on the midnight train. All my sins are carried away. Play it, Ross. If I should die in Tennessee, if I should die in Tennessee, oh, if I should die in Tennessee, send my body home COD. All my sins are carried away. They hand me down my walking cane. Hand me down my walking cane. Oh, hand me down my walking cane. I'm gonna leave on the midnight train. All my sins are carried away.
Howdy, everybody. First, I'd like to introduce us all to you. On the end, singing one of the sweetest soprano voices you ever hear, and doubling as the mouse whenever a mouse part is called for, is Libby Willis. Next in line, who joined us from San Francisco, is Penny Miller, who is a professional actress, and before she gets a chance to tell you, I'll tell you that her twin brother has played with Santana. Marcia Pearson is kind of the philanthropist of the group. She's always doing good deeds and writing thank you letters. She plays the auto harp and sings and does puppets. John Keats is our guitar player, and he's also, most importantly, he does most of our arrangements and gives us all the musical advice we need. Matthew Griffin does all the frog parts and has a beautiful bass baritone voice and helps us out there. Ross Moore plays about any instrument you could think of, from hammered dulcimer to harmonica, guitar, 12-string, banjo, so forth. I'm Alex Lubman. I play fiddle and mandolin, and we are the Appalachian Greenparks Project. Project of the School of Theater at Ohio University and the Ohio Valley Theater. What we do is tour around Ohio playing traditional Appalachian songs. We do some square dancing with folks. There's not enough room here today. We show some puppet shows and tell stories about the history and the culture of Appalachia. This year in particular, perhaps that's important because we feel that the Appalachian people epitomize what the Founding Fathers had in mind for the country, which is everybody getting together and helping everybody out, if it's putting up cabins or baking bread or what. So we want to ask you all here and at home, too, to help us out by clapping along, singing if you know the words, stamping your feet, just having a real good time, which is what we're going to do. To kick things right off, we're going to have Ross do one of the best chicken songs you ever heard. Come on, Ross, the chicken song. Come on, buddy.
What? Chicken song?
The chicken song we do now.
I don't do any chicken songs.
Sure,
I just play the banjo. I don't.
Ross, we're on TV, Ross.
Well, I know, but I don't know what you mean.
Chickens crowing on Sourwood Mountain.
Oh. Yes. Well, see, they're always trying to quiz me, and I don't know what's going on half the time. There's some chickens there. Chickens crowing on Sourwood Mountain. Hey, ding, dang, diddle-eye day. So many pretty girls, I can't count them. Hey, ding, dang, diddle-eye day.
My two loves is headed holler. Hey, ding, dang, diddle-eye day. He won't come and I won't follow. Hey, ding, dang, diddle-eye day.
My true love, she lives in Letcher. Hey, ding, dang, diddle-eye day. She won't come and I won't fetch her. Hey, ding, dang, diddle-eye day.
My two loves is blue-eyed Daisy.
to bake my bread and carry my water. Hey, ding, dang, diddle-I-day. Big dog bark and a little wanna bite ya.
Hey, ding, dang, diddle-I-day. Big girl court and a little wanna fight ya. Hey, ding, dang, diddle-I-day.
We thought we might tell you something about some of the instruments we play. What I have here is the Appalachian Mountain Dulcimer. It's tuned with drone strings that provide a constant chord behind the melody, which is played on the top strings. It's the oldest truly American instrument.
This is an auto harp. It has 36 strings, and it was brought over from Germany by a fellow named Oscar Schmidt. You simply press down a button and you get a magic chord.
This, is, of course, is the banjo. It came over from Africa with the slaves. And when it was first invented, I suppose they say it just had some strings over a gourd with a skin stretched across it. And then when it was brought into this country, they called it a four-string or tenor banjo. And then in about 1850, a fellow by the name of William Sweeney added a fifth string, and you have your bluegrass banjo.
This, of course, is a violin. It's also a fiddle, depending on how you play it. Now, you may not know that the fiddle was brought over here as a folk instrument by the Scots because the bagpipes were too darn heavy to take over and carry around. So the fiddle has a good drone on it, too, just like the bagpipe. That's why they use it. Right here is one of the more popular bluegrass instruments. It's more contemporary, too. It's the mandolin. It's tuned just like a violin, which is why I can play it. The main difference is being you pluck it instead of bow it, and the strings are doubled, so you have 8 strings instead of the 4 on a violin. Say, by the way, John, do you know any songs about bad guys?
Bad guys, huh? No story about John Hardy.
John Hardy, yeah. Well, what was so bad about him?
Well, he liked to gamble a lot.
Oh, well, that's not bad. I like to gamble. Lots of folks like to gamble.
Well, he also shot a man.
I'll bet he had a good reason, though.
Yeah.
Well, sure, it was over 50 cents in a card game.
See, I told you so.
John Hardy was a brave little man. He carried 2 guns every day. Killed a man in that West Virginia land. Ought to seen John Hardy getting away, Lord, Lord. Ought to seen John Hardy getting away. John Hardy lost his 50 cents. It was all that he had in the game. He drew the 44 that he carried by his side. Load out that corn, Negro's brains, Lord, Lord. Load out that corn, Negro's brains. John Hardy was a lion by the broad river bank, drunk as a man could be. The sheriff came up and took him by the hand, said, Johnny, come and go with me, Lord, Lord. Johnny, come and go with me. They took John Hardy to the hanging ground. They hung him there to die. The very last words that the poor boy said, my 44 never told a lie, Lord, Lord. My 44 never told a lie. A lie.
Let's get Ross up here to sing us a song about his home state.
No.
Good idea.
My home state,
hopes.
West Virginia. When I came into Ohio, brought a song with me. I'll bet you can guess what it is if I say John Denver. Country Roads. Help us sing it. Almost heaven, West Virginia, the Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is old there. Teardrop in my eye, country roads, take me home to the place that I belong, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country roads. I hear her voice in the morning hour, she calls me, the radio reminds me of my home far away. Driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Yesterday, country roads take me home to the place that I belong, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country roads. One more time. Country roads take me home to the place that I belong, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads take me home. Country roads take me home. Country roads.
I suppose everyone has either heard about or slept in one of those old-fashioned feather beds. If you don't know what it was a big cloth bag called a tick, stuffed with all kinds of feathers, goose feathers, duck feathers, chicken feathers.
Horse feathers. Oh, once in a while.
Horse feathers. Anyway, it made a really comfortable bed. I'm told I never had the privilege of
Kind of like
sleeping
an
in one.
old-fashioned waterbed, because once you got in, you were there for the night.
Would you like to help me sing this song?
Sure, I will. About
called
Grandma's
Feather
feather bed, yeah. When I was a little bitty boy, just up off of the floor, we used to go down to Grandma's house every month and or so. We'd have chicken pie, country ham, homemade butter on the bread. But the best darn thing about Grandma's house was her great big feather bed. It was 9 feet high, 6 feet wide, soft as a downy chick. It was made from the feathers of 11 geese. Took a whole board of cloth for the tick. It'd hold 8 kids and 4 hound dogs and a piggy we stole from the shed. We didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. After supper, we'd sit around the fire, and the old folks would spit and chew. Oh, we'd talk about the farm and the war, and my granny'd sing a ballad or two. I'd sit and listen, and I'd watch the fire till the cobwebs filled my head. Next thing I know, I'd wake up in the morning in the middle of the old feather bed. It was 9 feet high, 6 feet wide, soft as a downy chick. It was made from the feathers of 11 geese. Took a whole board of cloth for the tick. It'd hold 8 kids and 4 hound dogs and a piggy we stole from the shed. We didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. Play it out. Now I love my ma, and I love my pa, I love Granny and Grandpa too. I went fishing with my uncle, I wrestled with my cousin, I even kissed Aunt Lou. Ooh, but if I ever had to make a choice, I guess it ought to be said, I'd trade 'em all, plus the gal down the road for Grandma's feather bed.
Who, me?
Yeah, I'd trade 'em all, plus the gal down the road. Maybe I ought to reconsider about that gal down the road. For Grandma's feather bed.
We'd like to do a medley of gospel tunes now that grew up in this new land. And you know, I bet you know the words. So we want you to sing along. And if you don't, well, you can clap your hands, stomp your feet, jump up and down, whatever moves your spirit. And don't be shy.
Glory, glory, glory. Somebody
We'd like to do a very old ballad for you now that dates back to just around the post-Civil War era. It's a song of a young man's yearning for the home of his memories, the valley where he spent his youth. It's also a song of great irony, because the very land that he longs for was utterly destroyed during the Civil War. It's called Shenandoah.